under the palm trees in the California sun. Sand underneath our feet, morning's just begun.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Castlerigg Farm. Hope you've all been well in this last week and everyone is doing good. And you join us now in the middle of June, so a few days have passed since the last episode. The calves are all here. We have 19 calves. I'll take you and show them in a minute. I'll take you to them and show you them in a minute. But they are all here. They are. We have. How many was it? We have, I think, 10 male calves and 9 females. And they are all now in our calving shed over here. So here you go. So yeah, this is the male calves. They are going to need mucking out soon, to be fair, so I have to look into that. So yeah, 10 males and 9 females over there. Let's climb over that. Yeah, 9 females in here. So they're all looking healthy at the moment from what I can see, which is really good. At the moment we're still bottle feeding them with milk from their parents, and then probably another week or so, once we get into July at least, we'll be starting to wean them onto hay, and then we'll be feeding them hay from that point on. And then another few months time we might try and get them out into the pasture with parents before the end of the summer, and then obviously they'll probably come and spend the winter back in here, and then hopefully around spring next year, once they get to that all-important heifer stage, they'll be joining the main herd. So yeah, we've been very busy sorting all of this out, really. So as you know, we are a dairy farm. We make our money from milk, and that's why these young ladies are very important to us and what we'll be going for. Males aren't, they don't really bring us anything, unfortunately. So what we won't be doing is we're not just going to get rid of them straight away, though. I think what we're going to do is, I know there's a bit of a trend these days, I know it's quite fashionable, but I have seen it. There's you can actually get dairy cattle beef cuts. I think there's something in them. I mean, it is mainly, I think, older animals. Once they've been milked throughout their life, they will then be culled and use the meat, and it has an extra flavour. But I think we're going to rear these guys until they're sort of a young adult sort of size for male bulls, and then we'll take them away and sell them at market and see what we get for them. So yeah, that is what we will do with these guys. So on the farm, what's been happening? So obviously, if you remember the 7710, that's been picked up by Bamford's, R&E Bamford. They used to be a dairy farm many years ago, and they started doing a bit of contracting work, a bit like Craig does. But they in recent years have found that they were making a bit more money out of their sort of repairs and kind of second-hand tractor selling. So they came down and picked up the 7710, and they've taken it back and they're looking at us. I did have a phone call from them yesterday. They've said it isn't the head gasket, which I thought it would be. It's a known problem on those old Ford tractors, but it's actually the wiring loom. So where I was saying that the wiring, I sort of tried to move a few things around and it fired up for a bit, but then, didn't work after a while. It turns out the wiring loom is, I think it's got quite old. Some of the connections are a bit loose and starting to corrode. So they're going to take that out and put in a new wiring loom for us. It won't cost as much money as I thought it would do at first, but it is going to be fairly pricey given it's a lot of work. So once that's ready, they said they'll give us a buzz, And what we'll do is we'll probably head down, and I can go and show you some of the stuff they've got on offer there. And I think we'll keep hold of the 7710 for now, but I'm still thinking, you know, I might probably sell one of the old tractors we've got at the moment, and I might take the 7710 off front loader work and potentially use that as like a row crop tractor. I'm not sure yet, I'll have to have a think. And either sell maybe the 390T, I don't know, I'll have to have a think. But I don't think we need all of these things, and with the money situation at the moment, we do need to conserve money where we can. Now, I had remembered that this 7810, which I'd forgotten about when I bought this second-hand, it did have front loader mount, which is perfect. So this is becoming our stand-in kind of front loader tractor at the moment around the yard. So we'll see how we get on with this, because my thoughts are maybe we could just keep this as front loader tractor and doing other bits of work. You know, it's got a little bit more power than that 7710 as well. So yeah, and then either keep this as the row crop tractor or sell this, get the 7710 on row crop. Don't know. So a lot of working out to do there. But yeah, that's our solution at the moment. Oh, turn the lights off in here. There we go. Silage, all coming on well. Last time I checked, it was sort of about halfway through its fermentation process. But it's all looking fine under there. I'm not trying not to disturb it too much, so it ferments nice and you know, ferments nicely for us, which is good. And yeah, I think that's everything that's been going on for now. I do have some plans. You might have seen I put on the channel about some bits and pieces there. Now, I need to work this out because it's going to be costly. But these sheds, as I said, they're starting to get a bit knackered. And if they do one more winter, that's great. But I think come sort of spring again next year, I'll need to be taking these down and replace. I was going to somebody told me this. Somebody commented this. They told me the name. Was it reshell them? I think, or resheet them might be. But we were going to do that, and then keep them as is. However, I've done a bit more of an inspection, and I think some of the cross beams and inside, they're starting to corrode a little bit. And I've had a bit of an idea of how I could actually improve the situation here anyways, but it's going to take a lot of work. So my plan is we either overwinter this year, I'm not sure yet, I'll have to try and find somewhere nearby. If I can house the calves at a different farm over winter this year, and then, sorry, house the cows at a different farm over winter. They would obviously have to do the milking for us, and we can get the work done. Or keep the calves for another season or winter season here, and then as soon as they get out to pasture next year, I can start to do the work, because it's where I put the cows, you know, while that work is being done, because it's going to be a big job. If you guys have got any suggestions as to what we could do with the cows while we're doing the work on these sheds, put them down below, because I've not done this before, obviously. So any suggestions you've got for me would be greatly appreciated, I have to say. Just jump this gate. So, field-wise, yeah, we are middle of June, so not a lot to do this time of year. We're just waiting on harvest. So the barley's coming along. I reckon that's probably going to be ready maybe August, when we can start to harvest that. The OSR, that's coming along nicely as well. That may be ready to harvest come July, but we may try and push it out and wait for it to get nice and ripe come August time. And then similarly with the wheat down the bottom, that might be ready next month. I'm not sure yet, but harvest is rapidly coming. So yeah, but as it's June, and you can see 28 degrees today, lovely day, really lovely day. This is ideal haymaking weather, and it's quite early in the season. If we play our cards right and the weather holds, if we get a cut in now and then get some slurry onto it quickly, or a bit of muck, we could potentially get a second cut on the hay this year as well. Now, obviously, the big fields from the silage collected, they aren't ready yet. But regardless, I think if we, we're quite early here, and if we do this well enough, we could potentially be getting another cut before the end of the summer for hay anyway. I don't want another silage cut, I don't think. And if I do, I'll probably cut those bigger fields as a second cut and bale them. And I don't think we're going to need that much. And if I do that, to be fair, could sell some of those bales. Might even, as I've said to you before, I was thinking about doing this anyway, getting a baler with a wrapper, and then that potentially, if we do that this year, cut a load of bales and sell them off, that could go some way towards paying off that baler as well. So all stuff to think about, lots going on, but yeah, we will see how we go. Anyway, without further ado, John Deere mower is all set up and good to go on the back of the 8210 here, so let's go and get cutting and start this year's hay harvest. Just another thing as well, actually. You guys will all know Craig, obviously, from those other videos. Craig has actually asked if we can help him with doing a bit of field work with him. So that field he mentioned that he'd bought the other week is currently, I think, a grass field. He wants to do a lot of work on that, plough it in and get it ready, because he wants to grow a crop in there. So he obviously was going to need, I think he's obviously got a lime spreader, but he's going to want to spread some fert on there, plough it and then cultivate it. Now, we have got a bit of muck here, so I've said we might be able to help him out, and if not, we can get some slurry too. So at some point in the next few days, Craig's going to want us to go and help him out too. So don't know if that'll be this video or maybe the next video, not sure, but we will see. Anyway, let's go and close this gate. It's cracking that, innit? I love this time of year. Spring, I mean, I guess we're coming into summer now, but mid to late 20s, nice and warm, shorts weather, you're in the tractor, cutting your grass, bliss. All that's missing is a bit of test match special on the radio. So, but you never know. Maybe we'll get something later in the summer we can listen to cricket-wise. Right. Let's get this window open. It's stifling in here. Right.
They all twist and turn. Ooh. is my second nature. My least favorite state of mind, but I go there all the time, all the time. Well, how you worry me? I only miss it when it's gone. No, I ain't trying to forget. I just wait for my black swan. Always in the dark, you can't call us. Always with a smile, I wish I could forget. We wanted party from the start. Nostalgia is my second nature. My least favorite state of mind, but I go there all the time, all the time. Oh, I go there all the time, all the time.
Okay, that is this field done. So it seems to have gone pretty well. A nice even cut there. Yeah, fairly decent crop of grass, nice and thick. So what we will do is we will go and get the other. I think we've got another 2 fields we can cut for hay, or at least 1 anyway. But yeah, we'll go and get those cut, and then hopefully by that time should be still around about lunchtime-ish, so we can get them tedded, and then we'll leave them overnight and see how they are in the morning and whether they're going to need tedding again the next day. And then we'll row them up and get them baled. So yeah, let's get cracking. Go and get this gate. Okay, so we're just coming back into the farmyard now after the getting those 3 fields mowed. So there was 3. Couldn't quite remember before, but yeah, there's the small one obviously behind the calf pens, and then the one down there that we did first off, and then the other slightly bigger one just down the bottom of the driveway. So they're all mowed. It's 10 to 11 now, which is good. So just before lunch. So what we'll try and do now is we will get the hay bob on the back of the 8210 here. We'll get that grass turned, and then I think we'll leave it out for the rest of the afternoon in the sun, and hopefully, with it being so warm, we might not need to turn it again tomorrow, which would be ideal. But if we do, then we can go over it again. That's no problem. So I'll just park this up, get it off, and the next thing you'll see me doing is going to do a bit of grass turning with our old hay bob. It's a nice little piece of kit, nice and compact and small and old school, but it is very small, and I think at some point in the future it would be nice to get a slightly better tedder. But yeah, let's go and get this hay turned. There we go, there it is, the old hay bob. It's getting on a bit now. It's a fairly old piece of equipment, still works, but yeah, it is getting on a bit. Right, let's go and see if we can get this field turned. I'll speak to you all in a bit. Well, good morning everybody. It is another day. It's still lovely and warm. The hay's been out overnight. It's still quite early on the farm here though. It's just after, I think it's just after 8 o'clock. Yeah. So the hay probably needs another couple of hours yet, and we'll start to row it all up a wee bit later on. But I have, you can probably hear it, I have just taken delivery of something. So some of you might remember that we had the old class baler here. Well, I saw an opportunity and got rid of it. I've been thinking about it for a while of how I could get a baler that we could potentially use for wrapping silage bales. And I had a look, and it turns out the shop, the agri store down in the village, they could get the one that I wanted. And I thought, right, well, I'll trade in my old class baler against it. And yeah, I think I had to pay an extra four or 5 grand. So we now have, just see it through the calf shed, this McHale round baler with a wrapper on the back. So there you go. It's old, 1998 I think, so it's a few years old, but it's in really good nick. Really good, really, for its age. So this will be a welcome addition, because I think with this, like I was saying to you guys the other day, we can do a second cut on those silage fields and use this to wrap the bales. We'll keep some here, but we'll probably sell a load of those, and it's just going to be another cash stream. So ideal. So brilliantly, the farm store guys, they managed to deliver it up for us in time for this afternoon, which is amazing. I owe them one. I have to buy the driver a couple of beers. And yeah, so all we need to do now is get this off and get it ready for this afternoon. Perfect. There we go. So yeah, McHale Fusion 2. So I'm made up with that. That'll be perfect to us, and hopefully should kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Right, we'll just send these guys on the way, and then we'll wait for lunchtime to come, and we'll start baling. Well, we actually no, we need to go and start rowing up, I think, before we bale. It's probably going to be another late day, really, because we're going to have to leave the grass out for another few hours in the sun, and we'll check it again after lunch. So, but yeah, we'll send these guys on their way, and then we'll speak to you in a bit. Well, hello again everybody. You join me now in the John Deere, out in the first field, making our first hay bales of the year. As you can see, the new baler is working brilliantly. There are our first 2 bales. The bale on end turn is going to be ideal for us as well, with us being on these hills. Just means our bales aren't going to roll away, which obviously we don't want to be happen. Not ideal. But it stayed lovely and warm all day. The weather, it literally just couldn't be better. It's perfect. So anyway, we'll get cracking on, get them all baled up, and then I think we'll call it a day after that for this episode. So I'll speak to you all once we're done. And there we go. Baler's filthy, but that's good. Afternoon of good hard work, and we have managed to get I think it was 35 bales according to the bale counter. So yeah, worked a treat. Worked a treat. But it's been another long day of work on the farm here. So 6:10. Got earlier, well, got done a bit earlier than I thought it would, which is ideal really. So like I was saying before, I think we'll call it a day here, and yeah, I'll catch you all next time when we're going to be hopefully with Craig carting these in, or we might do that in between the next episode so we can get on to well, probably harvest for us next time. We've also got that work to do on Craig's farm before planting season, so plenty to be doing and plenty more to come. So thanks for all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you again next time. Ta-ra.